I want to look first at this idea of love, right? And I've seen you talk about this, write about this, that the traditional idea of love is damaging specifically for women. Why so?
The reason why I think that the traditional definition of love is damaging for women is because it involves us being self-sacrificial in order to prove our worth. And what I mean by us being self-sacrificial is you hear these stories of women saying that, I was close to finishing my degree and I was off to follow my dreams, and then I fell in love. And then he said, why don't we move countries? Because he's starting a new job on another continent. And I wanted to choose love. So I left my dreams behind in my country of origin and I moved to go stay with him so that I could help him to follow his dreams and I could be the good wife. And ends up becoming that, you stay in that for years and you're quietly resentful as a woman because the marriage wasn't really worth you upping and leaving your life for. And now you stopped your dreams to fulfill someone else's and you're not even being appreciated. And it ends up being 9 times out of 10, that man is cheated anyway. And now you just feel really stupid and you feel like all that time has gone to waste and there's nothing you can do about it because you can't get that time back. That's something I see very commonly. Some people might argue like, oh, she talks about men too much. She talks about love too much. This is so repetitive. But the reality is women have lost their lives in pursuit of men. Women have given up their futures in pursuit of love. And I think we all need to really sit down and ask ourselves as individuals, like, what does love actually mean for me and what in my life resembles that? Does the man I've chosen resemble the love that I want and deserve?
So
Let's go ahead and kick it off, man. Why are women expected to sacrifice their dreams in the name of love?
I believe based on the traditional idea of love, women are expected to sacrifice themselves or their goals because as a woman, you're known to be the caretaker and the nurturer and the homemaker. So you're expected to take care of household duties rather than outwardly and worldly things, which would be having a job and degrees and things like that. You are expected to dedicate your life to your children in the traditional sense of love.
All right. Go ahead, Miss Aisha. Same question. Why are women expected to sacrifice their dreams in the name of love?
I don't know if it's in the name of love. I think that it's more of a sacrifice for your family. Like I know that she said love, but most of the time when women make that move or make that sacrifice, it's because of their family or them wanting to build a family. I think that we have moved way past love being it. I don't know what century she living in, but it takes more than love for someone to do those things. Mainly somebody wants to build with someone, they want to have a family. That is why people up and move to the other side of the world or the country. It's not simply, oh, I fell in love. No, it's always a plan. I feel like most people I know have a vision. I mean, maybe when you're in your 20s or something, you do things like that. But once you are older and mature, I think that that's outdated. Like, I feel like her perspective is very much so outdated. Like, people aren't doing that. And I feel like she's lying and she's like globalizing this idea that in fact isn't even true because nobody's doing that. I don't know anybody that's doing that. Not in my circle or not anybody that I know. I know people that make sacrifices for their family. And to me, that's well worth it. So that's how I feel.
All right. What about you, Mr. McPherson? Why are women expected to sacrifice their dreams in the name of love?
Honestly, looking at data, I don't think they're actually expected to do that because there's a high trend of women not doing that. I would argue that if you just walk up to a random man or a random woman and ask this question, they don't. That's not what they see going on. I think the expectation is, according to data right now and articles and experiments, women are not actually sacrificing their dreams for love. They're actually going full throttle, pedal to the metal for their dreams and expense of love or completely avoiding the idea of building families. They're completely focused on that trajectory. So I think the expectation is not love. I don't think anybody right now today, and I think Aisha stated it firmly well, that I don't know what time zone she's living in or whoever's conjured up this type of question. But no, I don't have any expectations for personally, I don't expect women to sacrifice their dreams. Point blank.
Okay. You want to say something? Okay, Swing. Miss Andrea, XX, coming to you. Same question. Why are women expected to sacrifice their dreams in the name of love? And then we'll go to Trev.
I think that, okay, I feel like we're not having an honest conversation because I'm hearing, okay, let me just figure out how to say this without, okay.
Like, if you don't mind, if you don't mind,
we live in a patriarchal system. We've been living in a patriarchal system our whole entire lives. All of history, especially like westernized history, women have never really, like, women have had actual suffrage movements to be like actually acknowledged in the workplace, in the political world. In general, we've been having to overprove ourselves. And so for us to be saying that we don't see that still being an issue in today's society, I think is dishonest. Like, I can respect others' opinions, but I feel like to some extent we're not being honest if we're saying we don't see the difference between men and women when it comes to like the family structure. Like, women have been sacrificing for centuries now. I'm gonna just stop there, and I'm just say that. I'm sorry. Go.
Andrea, would you prefer? Hey, how y'all doing? Would you prefer if the men sacrificed and the woman followed their dreams and just took care of everybody in the family?
I think it's supposed to be a team effort, and I feel like a lot of the times there's like a disconnect or like an imbalance, and sometimes it doesn't always look or seem like it's like a team effort. Like, most of the time it's like a woman, it's like even for example, when we talk about celebrities and hot topics, or we talk about people in general, and we see a woman out having fun at a club or kicking it or whatever, and the things that they say, it's like, where's your kids? You're a bad mom. Where's your kids? Like, women can't even go out and have a nice day with their friends without someone being like, oh my God, girl, where are your kids? Da 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 da. Like, I think Mama D was just talking about that in Atlanta, talk about like coming down on Bambi because she's like traveling and going on vacation and stuff like that. And she's like, where's your kids? Where's your kids? So people forget that it's a team effort. And yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I think it should be a team effort.